So Lynn, excellent client of mine. Now, Lynn, can you quickly introduce yourself and what you do for work if you don't mind?
Um, Yeah, my name is Lynn, and I work as a designer at a software company. And yeah, I've been working here for around a year now. And yeah, that's
Yeah,
basically me.
yeah, awesome. Um, Now, Lynn, you've gone through the process, you understand how it is, and before you started the process, you might have had some hesitations before coming on board. Just for
Mm,
people who also might be watching this and in that place right now as well, like, could
mm,
you maybe it might be good to share like what hesitations you did have before coming on board with me?
mm. I think some hesitations that I had was there's a lot of buyer's agents out there, and I wasn't really sure what differentiated each buyer's agent. And I think talking to each buyer's agent sort of solidified um, who I sort of wanted to go with. But I think what stood out for me, or what sort of bridged that gap, was the amount of content that you had just to validate um, your knowledge and your experience. I think that to me felt quite like sort of resonated more on like a personal level. It felt like I knew you even though like you were just posting things online. So it felt like that was really nice and very validating to see. And I think that sort of pushed me towards you, or like
Yeah,
just reducing that hesitation. Yeah.
yeah, awesome. I got to keep posting more content then.
And
Awesome. What did you, I guess, enjoy most about the process?
mm, I think what I really enjoyed was how easy you made it. Like, I think to me, it caught me off guard at the start because when people think about buying properties, they think of this really like heavy process that you really need to like pay a lot of thought into. Like, you can't just like do it in one day. And so I feel like reflecting back on it, I think it surprised me how easy and seamless you made it, almost as if it was too good to be true. But I think looking back on it, like I feel like you really know your stuff, and it's like it's not just magic. I feel like it's like maybe a really long period where you've spent a lot of time thinking about it, really honing your craft, and so that to your customers, um, you've produced like such an easy outcome for them, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so I
Yeah,
think
it's
that's yeah.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, look, yeah, a lot of people get surprised. It's quite simple. It's not rocket science, right? When you have a system in place, it just can take a bit of time to kind of learn and implement it. That's all. But
Mm.
if you don't mind sharing a little bit about like where we, I guess, bought for you and I guess what results we helped you achieve and things like that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah. Um, hmm. We bought a property in Bendigo. It is a decently sized house or land. I think almost 600 square meters. And it was also recently built as well. And when I say recent, within like maybe in the 2010s, I think was what I wanted just for the depreciation benefits, but also being in a really high demand um, pocket of
Hmm.
Bendigo. Um, and so since then, I've sort of like been keeping track of the property value just on realestate.com, and I can sort of see it like just going up, which has been quite reassuring to see. Um, that I've been trying to keep track just by like keeping tabs on what's sold around that area. But I think it's kind of hard to like make like a comparison on what's selling right now and sort of like feed that into the property value of my place because there's actually not a lot of sales like in that area. So I feel like it's probably something that I have to like just look at in long-term periods rather than like every month, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's very, very low stock levels. And yeah, I guess sometimes you just got to look at a lot of properties that are selling, they could be inferior to your one. Like your one's like, really nice, got a massive shed out the back, a lot of owner occupier appeal. But you'll see some similar, let's say 3x2s, maybe even smaller blocks or not as much of an appeal and selling for a similar price, which just kind of justifies how much more yours has grown as well. But look, last question, Lynn. How do you feel, I guess, now compared to before you came on board with us?
Mm, how do I feel? I feel that's a good question. I'm not sure how I feel. Um, I think the right word would be feel accomplished. At the same time, it doesn't really feel real because I feel like the entire process was really low effort to the point where it feels like it didn't sort of happen in that sort of sense. Like it's just like I signed something and it's sort of like just accruing wealth at the back.
Mm.
So I think it's a quiet sense of accomplishment, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's a great word to use. I mean, it's your first property. You worked hard for this. Apologies, and you put yourself in a position to be able to buy that asset. Not many people can do that, especially at your age. So accomplished is
Thank
is
you.
definitely a great word to use. But look, thanks again, Lynn. Appreciate the feedback. I'll just stop.